Hey Marietta, so I'm back with chapter 6, The Storm. I was on my back when I came to, and there was a white fence floating just above me. For a moment, for a wild moment, I thought it was Kevin. Thought I was home. I said his name eagerly. It's me, Dana. Rufus' voice. I was still in hell. I closed my eyes, not caring what will happen next. Dana, get up. You'll be hurt more if I carry you than if you walk. The words echoed strangely in my head. Kevin had said the same thing to me once. I opened my eyes again to be sure it was Rufus. It was. I was still in the cornfield, still laying in the dirt. I came to get you, said Rufus. Not soon enough, I guess. I struggled to my feet. He offered a hand to help me, but I ignored him. I brushed myself off a little and followed him down to the road towards the house, towards the horse. From there, we rode back together. We rode together back to the house without a word passing between us. At the house, I went straight to the well, got a bucket of water, carried it up to the stairs, somehow then washed, spread antiseptic on my new cuts, and put on a clean shirt. I had a headache that even eventually drove me down to Rufus' room for some Excedrins. Rufus had used all the aspirins. Unfortunately, he was in his room. Well, you're no good in the fields, he said when he saw me. That's clear. I stopped, turned, and stared at him, just stared. He has been sitting on his bed, leaning back against the headboard, but now he straightened to face me. Don't do anything stupid, Dana. Right, I said softly. I've done stupid. I've done enough stupid things. How many times has I saved your life so far? My aching head sent me into his desk, where I had left the Excedrins. I shook 3 of them into my hands. I never taken so many before. I had never needed so many before. My hands were trembling. Flower would have given you a good whooping if I hadn't stopped him, said Rufus. That's not the first beating I saved you from. I had my Excedrin. I turned to leave the room. Dana. I stopped, looked at him. He was thin and weak and hollow-eyed. His illness had left his marks on him. He probably couldn't have carried me to his horse if he tried. And he couldn't stop me from leaving now, I thought. You walk away from me, Dana, you'll be back in the fields in an hour. The threat stunned me. He meant it. He had sent me back out there. I stood staring at him, not with anger now, but with surprise and fear. He could do it. Maybe later I would have a chance to make him pay, but for now, he could do as he pleased. He sounded more like his father than himself. In that moment, he even looked like his father. Don't you ever walk away from me again, he said. Strangely, he began to sound a little afraid. He repeated the words, spacing them, emphasizing each one. Don't you ever walk away from me again. I stood where I was, my head throbbing, my expressions as neutral as I could make it. I still had some pride left. Get back in here, he said. I stood there for a moment longer, then went back to his desk and sat down, and he wilted. The look I associated with his father vanished. He was himself again, whoever that was. Dana, don't make me talk to you like that, he said wearily. Just do what I tell you. I shook my head, unable to think of anything safe to say, and I guess I wilt to my shame. I realized I was almost crying. I needed desperately to be alone. Somehow I kept back the tears. If he noticed, he didn't say anything. I remember I still had the Excedrin tablet in my hand, and I took them, swallowing them without water, hoping they worked quickly, steady me a little. Then I looked at Rufus, saw that he laid back again. Was I supposed to stay and watch him sleep? I don't see how you can swallow those things like that, he said, rubbing his throat. There was a long silence, then another command. Say something, talk to me. Or what? I asked. Are you going to have me beaten for not talking to you? He muttered something I couldn't quite understand. What? Silence. Then a rush of bitterness from me. I saved your life, Rufus, over and over again. I stopped for a moment, caught my breath, and I tried to save your father's life. You know I did. You know I didn't kill him or let him die. He moved uncomfortably, wincing a little bit. Give me some of your medicine, he said. Somehow I didn't throw the bottle at him. I got up and handed it to him. Open it, he said. I don't want to be bothered with that damn top. I opened it, shook one tablet into his hand, and snapped the top back up. He looked at the tablet. Only one? These are stronger than the other ones, I said. And also, I wanted to hang on to them for as long as I could. Who knew how many more times he would make me need them? The ones I had taken were beginning to help me already. You took 3, he said. I needed 3. No one has been beating you. He looked away from me, but put the one into his mouth. He still had to chew tablets. He still had to chew tablets before he could swallow them. This taste is worse than the others, he complained. I ignored him, put the bottle away in his desk. Dana, what? I know you try to help Daddy. I know. Then why did you send me to the field? Why did I have to go through all that, Rufus? He shrugged, winced, rubbed his shoulders. He still had plenty of sore muscles, apparently. I guess I just had to make somebody pay. And it seems that, well, people don't die when you're taking care of them. I'm not a miracle worker. No, Daddy thought you were, though. He didn't like you, but he thought you could heal better than a doctor. Well, I can't. Sometimes I'm less likely to kill than the doctor. That's all. Kill. I don't bleed or purge away people's strength when they need it the most. And I know enough to try to keep a wound clean. Is that all? That's enough to save a few lives around here, but no, it's not all. I know a little about some diseases, only a little. What do you know about? About a woman who's been hurt in the childbearing? Been hurt now. I wonder whether he meant Alice. I don't know. The doctor said she wasn't to have any more, and she did. The babies died, and she almost died. She hadn't been well since. Now I knew who he was talking about. Your mother? Yes, she's coming home. I want you to take care of her. My God, Ruth, I don't know anything about problems like that. Believe me, nothing at all. What if the woman died in my kid? He had me beaten to death. She wants to come home now that she wants to come home. I can't care for her. I don't know how. I hesitate. Your mother doesn't like me anyway, Rufus. You know that as well as I do. She hates me. She'll make my life hell out of pure spite. There's no one else I can trust, he said. Curry got her own family now. I had to take her out of her cabin away from Nigel and the boys. Why? Mama has to have someone with her through the night. What if she needed something? You mean I had to sleep in her room? Yes. She never had a servant sleep in her room before. Now though she's got used to it. She won't get used to me. I'm telling you, she won't have me. Please, heaven. I think she will. She's older now, not so full of fire. You give her what she need, and she won't give you much trouble. Her medicine, she doesn't need it as much for pain anymore. May said she still needed. Since I didn't doubt that she still needed it. I was going to have a drug addicted on my hands, a drug addicted who hate me. Rufus couldn't. Alice, no, a very sharp no. It occurred to me that Margaret Whalen has more reason to hate Alice than she did to hate me. Alice will be having another baby in a few months anyway. She will? Then maybe. I shut my mouth. But the thought went on. Maybe this will be Hager. Maybe for once I had something to gain by staying here, if only. Maybe what? Nothing. It doesn't matter, Ruth. I'm asking you not to put your mother in my care for her sake and for mine. He rubbed his forehead. I'll think about it, Dana, and talk to her. Maybe maybe she'll remember someone like you. Let me help. Let me sleep now. I'm still so damn weak. I started out the wrong. Dana, yes, what now? Go read a book or something. Don't do any more work today. Read a book. Do whatever you want. In other words, he was sorry. He was always sorry. He would have been amazed, uncomprehended if I refused to forgive him. I remember suddenly the way he used to talk to his mother. If he couldn't get what he wanted from her gentle, he stopped being gentle. Why not? She always forgave him. Okay, y'all, we'll be back with chapter 7. And y'all have a good day. Thank you for listening. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye, my reactors.